Welcome back to the Deep Dive. We are jumping into an absolutely essential stack of sources today, focused entirely on cybersecurity and, well, really hacking prevention. This isn't just theory, right? This topic affects literally every device you own, your phone, your laptop, the security of your social media, everything. So our mission here is to pull out the critical steps from all this research. We want to give you, the listener, the absolute essential knowledge to stay safer online quickly and efficiently. Cut through the noise.
And it's crucial we do this deep dive because, look, hacking isn't just some movie plot for spy thrillers anymore. It's an everyday thing, often happening in really subtle ways. Maybe malicious code, maybe social engineering, and people often don't even realize their data's been compromised.
Okay, let's unpack this right away then.
Yeah.
If you ask anyone, picture a hacker, what do they see? It's that classic stereotype. The person in the hoodie typing like mad in a dark room, trying to break through some digital vault. Is that really the reality we should be worried about when we talk about just like everyday prevention?
That image. It's largely mythology, honestly. While, sure, technical sophistication exists, most successful attacks today rely less on cracking super complex encryption and more on psychological tricks. And what's fascinating, what the sources really highlight, is this core insight. The biggest weakness in modern cybersecurity. It's often not the device itself, not the network, but the user, us.
Wow. That really shifts the focus, doesn't it? So maybe we should spend less time worrying about, I don't know, the quality of our firewall and more time looking at our own behavior, our own decisions online.
Precisely. Modern systems, they're designed to be pretty secure fundamentally. Humans, though, we're wired to be trusting. We're often rushed or just curious. And those are the vulnerabilities attackers are primarily focused on exploiting. It's the human element.
Okay, so if the user is the weak point, how exactly are attackers exploiting us according to the sources? Are we talking complex backdoors, or is the way in something far simpler that just preys on our habits? Let's maybe detail the three main attack vectors.
Yeah, let's do that. The first one, and it's by far the most pervasive, is phishing. This is pure psychological manipulation. Hackers send you a message, usually an email, could be a text that looks completely legit. It's designed to trigger urgency or maybe curiosity.
Can you give us some examples? Like, what does this digital bait usually look like?
Oh, sure. They might mimic your utility company saying a bill's overdue, or your university asking you to verify login details. Very common is a major streaming service, like Netflix, claiming your payment method failed. They always mention some urgent issue, right? And they embed a fake link. The second you type your real password into that fake login page they control, well, the attack's done. They have your key.
Right, instant access.
Yeah.
And I think we've all learned to scrutinize those messages, but they do keep getting better, more convincing every year.
They absolutely do. Okay, so moving past that kind of email bait, the second major vector involves network vulnerability, specifically the risk with public Wi-Fi.
Ah, the convenience factor. Free Wi-Fi at the coffee shop, the airport. We all use it, often without a second thought. What's the actual danger there if I'm just, browsing?
Well, if that public Wi-Fi network is unsecured, and many of them are a malicious actor, doesn't even need to hack the network itself. They can just position themselves to sort of listen in on the data traveling from your device. Think of it less like an encrypted phone call and more like shouting your private login info across a really crowded food court.
Okay, that's a disturbing image.
It is. And this exposure, it includes things like login credentials, any messages you exchange, and critically financial data if you happen to process a payment while you're connected. That ease of connection, it can come at a really steep price.
So the takeaway is free Wi-Fi might not actually be free. It could cost you your data. Right. Okay, so we have psychological traps like phishing and network vulnerability with Wi-Fi, but sometimes the attacker needs actual code on the machine itself, right? Or they at least seem like it. What's the third vector we need to worry about?
Yeah, that brings us to malware. It's short for malicious software. And here, the hacker tricks the user into downloading something, files, games, apps that look perfectly safe and legitimate. You think you're getting, I don't know, a helpful PDF converter or a cool new game, but you're actually installing a digital spy or maybe a saboteur onto your own device.
And what can this malware actually do once it's in?
Oh, the consequences are broad. It can spy on you, log your keystrokes, steal your files, or engage in what we call ransomware. That's where they encrypt all your files and demand money for the key to get them back. And as the sources point out, some sophisticated malware can even remotely turn on your device's camera without any indication, no light, nothing to show it's running.
That camera spying thing. That's why you see people putting tape over their laptop cameras, isn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds paranoid, but maybe it's not entirely off base.
It reflects a real documented threat. Exactly.
Okay, let's focus on ransomware for a sec. If someone does lock up all my files, is paying the ransom ever the recommended move, according to the sources? Or does that just encourage more attacks?
The consensus in the research is really clear. Paying the ransom is strongly discouraged. First off, you're funding a criminal enterprise. Second, and this is key, there is absolutely no guarantee you'll actually get your files back even if you pay. And you often just mark yourself as someone who pays, making you a viable target for future attacks.
So prevention is key.
Ooh.
And having backups.
Prevention
Yeah.
and, yes, reliable offline backups. Those are really the only dependable solutions against ransomware.
Got it. Okay, this prevention point is vital. Now that we've kind of laid out the three main doors, hackers use phishing emails that trick us, unsecured Wi-Fi that lets them eavesdrop, and malware that spies. What are the simple but powerful defensive habits we can actually adopt? We need actionable steps now, especially since, let's face it, we all live digitally pretty much 24/7.
Right. And the key thing the sources emphasize is making yourself a less appealing target. It's about friction. These 5 steps we distilled, they introduce massive friction, often enough to make hackers just move on. So number 1 is foundational, passwords. You absolutely must use strong, unique passwords for every important account. This means rejecting those common failures like 123, 456, or password or your birthday. Length and complexity using letters, numbers, symbols, that's what matters most.
Okay, but if we need complicated and unique passwords across dozens, maybe hundreds of sites, that sounds impossible to remember. What's the consensus in the sources about password managers? Are they basically essential now?
They are absolutely essential. Yeah, relying on your memory for unique, say, 16-character passwords across 50 different sites, it's just not feasible for most people. Password managers let you create and store these unique, complex credentials securely. And critically, they ensure that if one site does get compromised, all your other accounts remain safe because the passwords aren't reused.
Makes sense. What's number 2?
Second, and this is equally important, two-factor authentication, or 2FA. Turn this on. Turn it on across all accounts that operate banking, email, social media, everything. Think of this as the critical safety net. It's what stops an attacker cold even if they manage to steal your password somehow.
How does it do that exactly?
Well, it raises the barrier significantly because even if a hacker gets your password, maybe through phishing, they still can't access the account. Why? Because they need that second unique code, and that code is usually sent directly to your physical phone, or it's generated by an authenticator app only you have access to. Without that second piece, the stolen password is, well, useless.
Okay, strong, unique passwords managed well, and 2FA enabled everywhere. What's the third habit?
Third habit, clicking smarts. This one's really about behavioral change. You just have to pause and inspect a link before you click it. Doesn't matter if it's in an email, a text message, even a direct message from a friend whose account might be compromised. If a link feels even slightly off, just assume it's malicious, don't click. Instead, verify whatever the message claims through another channel like logging directly into the official website yourself, not through their link.
Right. The sources are definitely saying we need to hit the brakes on that impulse to just click everything immediately.
They really are. Okay, 4th crucial step, updates. Regularly update your apps and your operating system software, iOS, Windows, Android, all of it. These updates, they're rarely just for fun new features. They routinely patch known security holes. Holes that hackers actively know about and love to exploit. Postponing an update, it's effectively leaving a digital door unlocked just for convenience.
So keep everything up to date. Got it. And the last one, number 5.
And finally, number 5, smart Wi-Fi use. Be really strategic when you connect in public. If that public Wi-Fi security looks questionable or you just don't know, you have 2 much safer alternatives. 1, just rely on your mobile data plan. Or 2, use a VPN.
Okay, tell us a bit more about the VPN, the virtual private network. How does that actually solve the problem of someone eavesdropping on public Wi-Fi?
Right, so a VPN essentially creates a secure, encrypted tunnel for your internet traffic before it even hits the public Wi-Fi network. So even if a hacker is listening in on that coffee shop Wi-Fi, all they can see is scrambled, meaningless encrypted data flowing between you and the VPN server. Your actual login details, your messages, your browsing, it all stays hidden inside that secure tunnel.
Wow, okay. That deep dive was incredibly informative. It really is eye-opening to see just how many different doors phishing, dodgy Wi-Fi, sneaky malware hackers try to use to get into our digital lives. But the excellent news, the key takeaway we distilled here is that simple, Discipline habits, especially things like 2FA and using password managers, they make a massive difference.
Exactly. And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, cybersecurity isn't really about achieving digital perfection.
Yeah.
It's not about buying the most expensive software. It's about introducing enough friction. It's about being just a little bit harder to hack than the next person. That way, you force the attacker to just move on to easier, less vigilant targets. The goal is simply don't be the path of least resistance.
Love that synthesis. Don't be the easy target. So we leave you with this provocative thought. Based on those 5 simple prevention steps, we detailed passwords, 2FAs, smart clicking updates, and being cautious with Wi-Fi. What specific device or critical account are you going to secure today? Maybe turn on 2-factor authentication for your email, set up a unique password for your main bank account using a manager. Go apply this knowledge right now and stop being the easy target.